Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. I'm getting a head start on this one. Woke up at a decent time this morning. The Ruins is a 2008 natural horror film directed by Carter Smith. In his feature film debut, did he direct anything else? We. Uh, Why does it do this? They're fucking mowing right now! Hold on, I'm gonna have to. Oh, here we go. Okay. Can I go back? Carter Smith. Okay. Carter Smith. Yes, he directed The Ruins and then 3 other movies I never heard of. Jamie Marks is Dead, Swallowed, and The Passenger. But it's steady. In 2014, 2022, and 2023, so recent. And he also directed an episode of Into the Dark in 2019 called Midnight Kiss. God damn it! Who knows on a Sunday? Didn't God say that Sunday is the day of rest? That means you do nothing! Sure, I'm doing reviews, but... So yeah, he directed this and then others. This was... okay, I guess. So we have our main cast members. Jenna Malone plays Amy. Jonathan Tucker, you may know from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. He plays Jeff. Shawn Ashmore, for the second time, plays a character named Eric after playing Eric Summers on Smallville. And Laura Ramsey plays Stacy. And these 4 tourists are in Mexico. And they're, having fun times in Mexico when they meet this guy named Matthias. It's spelled Matthias, but apparently it's Matthias. He's German. Matthias is not a German name. But okay. You need to be Hans or something. Is that too? Yeah. But he's played by Joe Anderson, who I don't think is actually German. He's British, actually. Okay. Wait, was he in anything else? The Crazies remake. Okay, Horns. He was in the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. No. Okay. This is all I need right now, unless I need to come back to it. Yeah, so they're on vacation, all I ever wanted. Yeah, they're on vacation. And they meet Matthias, and he's like, "Oh, my brother, he is out here trying to explore some ruins with his girlfriend, or just a woman that he's with. And I haven't heard from them, so I'm here to try to find them, get my brother back." And he's like, "Would you come with me to these ruins?" And these people who have never met this guy, they're like, "Yeah, sure, fine. Eric, you think he's gonna be the most recent?" It's like, "As long as I get back from make your own taco night." And I'm like, "That's just taco night, because whenever you have tacos, you make your own taco. Who has someone make their taco for them? Hey, make me a taco." Like, okay, I guess maybe if you go to like a taco truck, they do that. "Can I have a taco?" And they make it for you, sure. But like most of the time, you're making your own taco. Yeah, and that night they get drunk because they're tourists getting drunk. And so they establish the relationship. There's not a lot of character development, which is one thing. So I'll point out that I never tried to seek out this movie because I saw that Phaelus did a review on it, and usually Phaelus, he reviews a lot of crap. And this is one of his early ones where he was just crapping on everything. And his earlier ones are very crap movies. So I've now watched the review after this. All I knew going into this was there was something with plants, because there's vines all over the picture. So something with plants. And that Phaelus had reviewed it. So, for a movie called The Ruins, it's not like they do go into the ruins, I'll tell you that, but it's not a big thing. It's the vines. So, yeah. So, we get there, there's not, like I said, he said there's not like character development. Like, there's really not. We know that Jeff is dating Stacy, and Eric is dating Amy. Yeah. That night, Jeff decides she's going to go to bed because he's tired. As soon as he leaves, she's like, Matthias, dance with me. And he's like, she's like, show me a dance. Show me a German dance. He's like, what, like a waltz? German dance. Yeah. And she immediately starts to hit on him, and they're like, her best friends are like, okay, so she's not going to kiss him. Yeah, what do you want to bet? That she kisses him, man? 1 oral sex. Oral sex to whoever. So, yeah, Eric wins oral sex because she's like kissing his ear or something, which I guess counts. And fair play to Matthias, he's like, hey, get her off. Can you please get her off of me, because this is very. Even at one point he's like, Jeff, he's a good man, but she's drunk. It's like that scene from Truth or Dare where they have to get Marky off of the other guy, right? But Marky didn't wait for her boyfriend to go to bed. He's right behind her, or she's right behind him. Fucking lawnmowers. Well, they gotta make lawnmowers so loud that you can hear it through a freaking window. So the next day, after teasing that one of them might not go because she's too drunk. That's Amy. She's too drunk. They meet this guy named Dimitri, who's a friend of Matthias's, and they go to the ruins. But they get there, and there's some problems because some Mayans show up and are like freaking out, yelling at them like, no. They kill Dimitri. And of course, these people don't speak English or Spanish or any language that our characters would know. And I'm watching this, and after watching the whole movie, I'm like, what does them not speaking English do for this movie? Not a damn thing. Because, all it does is it prolongs them from knowing about the vines. But honestly, if they said, no, the vines, you cannot come out of here, the vines, they are alive, they're not going to believe him at first. Anyway, and then they're going to start to believe it, but it's not going to do anything. It doesn't change the plot if they know about the vines from the get-go, because they're already stuck there. Knowing about the vines doesn't change the way the plot works, because they're still stuck there no matter what, because the minds won't let them leave. So they rush up to the top after Dimitri's death, and they go up. They have bows and arrows and a gun, I guess. They go up to the top and they see the camp, Matthias' brother, and they find Matthias, his brother. They eventually find his dead body. And Eric rightfully is like, what about the girl? What happened to the girl? He's raising questions we need to answer, but whoever wrote this movie goes, someone went, we need to have them ask questions. And another person went, no they don't. So they wrote Eric's dialogue. So one writer wrote Eric's dialogue, hey, what happened to the girl? And another person wrote another person's dialogue telling him, shut up, Eric, shut up. That's what we get. And she's like, the girl, what happened to the girl? Where's the woman? Shut up, Eric, shut up. No, don't shut up. He's asking legitimate questions. Where are they? Where is she? I think we find her body later, but yeah. So Yeah. So they hear ringing from a cell phone because Matthias gave his cell phone, the only working cell phone that they established works anywhere in the world. And because they established that, they have to get rid of it. Why couldn't they just say that none of their phones work? Why did they have to say he has the all-powerful world phone that works anywhere? Because then you're like, oh, well, now we have to get rid of it. Why not just say that his phone doesn't work either? What's the point? But they hear another phone ringing down in the ruins. So, of course, the first response is for someone to go down there. Oh, I'm sorry. Send one of the girls down there. And the reasoning for it, Jeff says, well, you're not strong enough. Hey, asshole. If one of you guys go down there, there's still... Well, first of all, I'm skipping something. Matthias goes down, and they don't check to see if the rope is strong enough to hold him, and he falls. And I'm putting this out now. He says, I can't feel my legs, which means he's paralyzed. Keep that in mind. He can't feel his legs, which means he broke his back and he's paralyzed now and he can't feel his legs. Just remember that. He can't feel his legs. So they get him. This is their response now to send one of the girls down. And Jeff's, defense for this is, well, you're not strong enough. But let's say Jeff goes down, between Eric, Amy, and Stacy, the three of them would be able to do the crank together to make it work. But no, they send Stacy down. And then, of course, they check the rope now. But now there's not enough rope because it broke. But so she jumps down, and they eventually get Matthias up, but they'd never checked the cell phone. But Matthias is laying. They just have him lay there, I guess. And then they try to go back down. The Mayans won't let them leave, and eventually Amy gets pissed and throws one of the vines at a kid. It barely hits him. It falls like right next to him. And the immediate response is for one of the Mayans to just grab the gun and blow the kid's brains out. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. The vine barely touched him. Like, I get it. I get it's the vines. I figured it out. I know it said something to do with plants, so I knew that it had to be the vines. But, like, that is an immediate response without even thinking, dude. Because the vine is still right there. Right? So I had some thoughts that are echoed through Phaelus. Because I was thinking this too. They can make fire, right? So why not? And they have alcohol there to dispense. Because they have tequila or whatever it is. So they can use that to start a fire. To light the fucking vines on fire. Especially when they realize that it is the vines that have something to do with it. But they don't. Because the plot needs to go. Yeah. Also, there are Mayans. I'm like, I watch this and I'm going, okay, there's people out front, but what about the other way down? There's two ways to go. Is there people over there? I don't know. We never see there's anyone over on that side, but no. And then they find that there's vines going through Matthias's legs. So they said we have to cut his legs off and then cauterize the wound. So they heat up a frying pan on the fire. And this had me scratching my head. Okay? So he's like, I have to break your bones first to cut them off. Okay. So Jeff starts to do that. And for some reason, the man who said he couldn't fit his legs starts screaming in pain. And I went, he shouldn't be able to feel that, because when he fell, he clearly broke his back and said, even Wikipedia says he's paralyzed. So he's like, I can't feel my legs. He should not be able to feel him doing that. Because I'm watching, I have to break the bones. I'm like, it's okay. He's not going to be able to feel that. But no. because they want to maximize how gruesome and how terrifying this is. He's screaming. And I went, but it doesn't, I know what they're trying to do, but it doesn't make, they're trying to make it like excruciating for the audience. Like, oh, ugh. But it doesn't make any sense because he can't feel his legs. Why is he screaming in pain? Is it like a phantom pain? Like he knows that they're not, that he can't feel them, but he's still, I don't know. Is his brain telling him that? Right? Because your brain tells your body what you feel. Which is why I'm always confused when, you broke your back and you can't walk. And I'm like, and you can't feel anything. And it's like, but if your brain is the one that tells you stuff, how does that affect? I don't know. It's a thing. It's science, biology thing. So they realize, oh shit, when we went down there, we didn't look for the cell phone. Because it starts ringing again. So they send Stacy down. And it turns out, I think it's actually both of the girls go down this time, I guess. Yeah, both of the girls go down. Because they're not strong enough. And they realize it's the flowers on the vines that are making the ringing sound. And this is where Stacy gets infected. Yeah. And this just becomes okay, so we're in the torture porn era. Hostel had already come out. This was 2008. So, yeah. So this just becomes a sort of torture porn type thing. So, something I didn't think of, I'm giving credit to Phaelix for this because I didn't think about it. They were doing all this stuff with Matthias, but they keep leaving him right out next to the vines. And sure enough, the vines grab him and pull him in. But yeah, why would you... But it sure takes a long time for the vines to do anything. Like, the vines don't do anything until they go... The vines keep trying to lure them into the ruins. And presumably it's because this movie's called The Ruins. And it's based off a book. It's based off a book. And I was very confused hearing that. I'm like, based off a book. And the book couldn't write it. Maybe there was more with the ruins in the book. And they just couldn't do it here. I don't know. But... I don't know. But Stacy starts to think... And this really got me cringing because I'm always afraid of stuff getting in my skin. I don't like getting stabbed with needles, but I don't want stuff crawling around in my skin. You see those, it's CGI, but you see those vines and you're like, oh, fuck. So Stacy believes she's got them in her, so they start to cut it out. Cut it out. No, they cut them out. But it's the most excruciating thing. They cut one. Now, first of all, I'm kind of watching them going, what are they even... Jeff cuts the one out of her foot and just throws it to the side. And I'm like, they're alive. They could just crawl back. He does it 3 times. He does another one, I think in her arm or something. Or maybe it's just her leg and her back. She's like, there's one in my head. And he's like, I'm not. Then the next morning, like they all go to sleep. How you can sleep when this shit's going on, I don't know. But the next morning, she is basically killing herself, and they have to put her out of her misery. The vines take her, and during the process, Eric gets killed because we don't have anything else for him to do. But apparently, in the book, Eric was one of the last 2 survivors, and Stacy was the one that got away. But she and the vines were torturing Stacy with Eric's body, but not here. Eric just gets stabbed. Okay. And, so, knowing that the Mayans are down there watching, Jeff comes up with a brilliant idea. He comes down and he says that, he comes down holding Amy and says she's dead. She died, and I'm the only one left, and he starts having this speech. And it's this speech... I was going to be a doctor. My name is Jeff something. I'm from something, Illinois. And I was going to be a doctor. I was going to do something. And he's doing this big old speech. And it's a distraction. But I'm sitting here going, they don't understand you. And also, it's working. he's done his whole speech. They're all looking at him. He's moving farther and farther away from Amy. And he's like, I'm going to tell you her name. Her name is Amy! And she gets up and runs. And he gets shot with an arrow. And I'm going, but if they don't know what he was saying, why is it so distracting? Because the damage just be... To be fair, they say they don't speak English, but not that they don't understand it. There's a difference. There is a difference. You can understand English and not speak it. I don't know how, but it works. She runs off. Jeff is dead. She runs off and she gets into a Jeep and drives away. And that's the end of the theatrical ending. But I gotta turn this back on so I can read for you the unrated ending, which is the one that, well, actually, there's more to the theatrical ending. She drives off, and then we see two of Dimitri's friends looking for him. It means they're going to be the next victims. But in the unrated version, Amy manages to drive away in a Jeep. A close shot of her face is shown, crawling with moving vines. Yeah, indicating she is infected. An extended version of that is on the DVD as an extended scene. Following the scene, a caretaker is seen walking amongst the headstones in the cemetery. Sometime later, whistling Frere Jacques. When he hears the same tune coming from the grave, he goes to investigate, and camera follows him, revealing the grave to be Amy's and several red flowers around the headstone. As the caretaker reaches for one, the music surges. Scene cuts to black. Apparently, the director said that they shot different endings. They didn't want to use the book's ending, which... Okay, so I'll go up. The book's ending. So, a lot of different stuff happens in the book, but the ending... So, like I said, in the ending, Stacy is the lone survivor. Okay? Stacy now alone goes to the bottom of the path up the hill to wait for Juan and Don. Don't know who that is. The Mayans have determined that she is the last one left and have begun breaking down their camps. When the Greeks do not arrive by nightfall, she calmly slits her wrists. I don't know who the Greeks are either, hoping that her body will be warning to them when they arrive. As she bleeds out, the Finds pull her back into the underbrush, which means no warning for you. 3 days later, the other two Greeks with some Brazilian tourists in tow find the trail. A little girl who is acting as a sentinel, as the little boy on the bike was, that was not in this movie at all, runs back to the village, but new tourists are halfway up the hill calling for Pablo. I'm assuming he's one of the Mayans, before the Mayans arrive. Pablo. Is that the other... Okay, hold on. Okay, so... Jeff, medical student. Trio of Greeks that go by Spanish names Pablo, Juan, and Don Quixote. Jeff volunteers. Jeff volunteers the group to accompany Matthias, a German tourist named Matthias. Trio of Greeks. Okay. So from what I can, this goes a different way. But, yeah, that's the book's ending. Stacy is the lone survivor and not Amy. This ending, the way that it feels like, sort of like, came out the next year, but like the Descent, where there was a theatrical ending and an unrated ending, where the unrated ending has it where, like, the theatrical ending is, oh, she got out, but then the unrated ending is like, no, actually, she's not out. She's still in the thing, and they ignored that for the sequel. But so here it's like the theatrical ending. Oh, she got out. She's free. But then, and the unrated ending is like, oh no, guess what? She's might be infected. And then the extended version. It is what it is. I'll give it a middle of the road for sure. It's fine. It's a 2000s horror movie. You're not looking for highbrow horror here, you know, by any means. But yeah, so let's roll. I've changed things up. So first of all, I upped it to 3 dice for when I roll for the movie because I think it's going to be much easier to do now. I've also replaced the genre animation with romance, which I hit the wrong button and I turned off the TV by accident. With romance because I think it'll be better than because family animation often paired together anyway. So let's go ahead. Well, first of all, we roll 1 dice for the streaming service. 5. It's AMC Plus. I have to re-roll. 4. Oh joy. Paramount Plus. We roll 1 dice again for the genre. No, I'm not doing family again. I'm not going to stick with that. 5. Romance. Gotta use it. Okay, so let's go to Paramount Plus. Orderly. Romance. Really gotta pee right now. Like, really gotta pee, so hurry up. Romance. Dexter Resurrection. Upgrade now to watch Dexter Resurrection. No, thank you. Where am I going? Movies. Okay. Go up. They don't have romance. So drama. Drama. Yeah, this seems like it. Here, romance. In a drama department. Alright, so let's roll. 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It only goes to 8. How is the town? Damn it. Drama A to Z. I just want like movies. And most watched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's Showtime. It's blocked. Tigerland? I don't know what to do here. Let's do recently added then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stop loss. Again, I'm in drama. I'm just trying to look. This is romance. How come there's more recently added than... Hold on. What's the collections? Is it like a romance collection or something? Mission Impossible, Black Voices, Movie Club. Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, I like the cartoon and everything. Cool. Track. I think I'm gonna re-roll the genre because I can't get anything. I just need 1. Not all of them. 4. Sci-fi. That may give me more than... Because drama is split up into sci-fi and fantasy. Here we go. The most watched are all the Transformers movies and G.I. Joe, I guess. Sci-fi. Where's the other... Okay. Oh, most watched, Star Trek, sci-fi, fantasy, A to Z. This is A to Z, but then that's not in alphabetical order. Okay, we roll. 9, okay, 8, and 5. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sci-fi and fantasy, A to Z, these are all... What? Most watched. Okay. What? It's on horror. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's on Showtime. 14 is Terminator Dark Fate, Terminator Genesis. Teen Wolf, the movie. I haven't seen the show, so I can't really. Well, again, I didn't see, but Paw Patrol you don't really need. Carriers? Okay, hold on. Let's start with Better Man. I want to start somewhere. Start at Better Man and count 13 here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course it comes out of 8. Why wouldn't it? So let's go back a little bit and start at War of the Worlds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Singularity, huh? John Cusack. Fine. Singularity. Write that down quick. All right. So, what are your thoughts on? I was about to end it. So, what are your thoughts on the Ruins? No comment so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.